Nazi Wolfpack, precision instruments of destruction. Hitler supreme, perhaps his last effort to blast Allied supply lines to Europe and the Mediterranean. In the tactics of the sub-pack, it is not difficult to recognize the deadly pattern of the Panzers underwater. Slipping from yards in Lorient, Saint-Nazaire, Kiel, Emden, Wilhelmshaven, this Wolfpack rendezvoused 3 days before northwest of Britain, then began to hunt. American freighter bound for Murmansk with a cargo of tanks and planes. Norwegian trawler on British patrol. American tanker. Dutch tanker. British tanker. Again and again the torpedoes struck. As the Wolfpack made its position known by the death and desolation it left in its wake. Army Transportation Corps, charged with the delivery of fighting men and their equipment overseas. Behind this assignment lies an incredible network of detail. The never-ending job of obtaining ships, outfitting them for convoy duty, procuring supplies, storing them in depots located in strategic shipping areas up and down the country, routing these supplies to dockside on call at any time, loading the convoys, then dispersing men and materiel to their proper combat stations when the convoys have reached overseas ports of debarkation. A mammoth shipping job that will not end until our boys march home again. To this office now comes a report of the new Wolfpack raids.
Gentlemen, Naval Intelligence has received information on which we can brief their route and destination. Their submarines are moving due south, with orders to get what they can while they're moving. But the real business is due to explode here, across our Mediterranean supply line. Our information places them in that area in 14 days.
14 days?
Yes, sir.
Any convoy sailing from our eastern seaboard after tomorrow will run head-on into them.
That's how it sizes up, sir.
Colonel.
Yes, sir?
What is the final sailing date of that convoy carrying shipment 0000?
We've scheduled it to sail in 4 days.
That's out.
But the Overseas Command is counting on it, sir. They're operating ahead of their timetable now. The shipment is needed without delay.
We're licking the subs. We'll keep on licking them, this pack included. Now the thing to do is to beat them to the punch. Get the ships with the essential supplies through the danger zone before the subs can dispose themselves. Then keep them hanging on until they come within range of our land-based bombers. Captain, you're commander of this convoy. What is our maximum allowable time to get the convoy out of port and still outrun the subs past the danger zone?
Approximately 30 hours, sir. If we receive bomber support later on, we'll have a chance.
30 hours. If the depots can get the stuff out on time, we're set. The convoy will sail tomorrow at 1400. Take all necessary action.
Yes, sir.
Army requests escort protection for convoy NA-50, sailing ahead of schedule 1400 tomorrow.
Make the necessary dispositions.
Yes, sir.
Maritime Hiring Hall, oilers, engineers, ABs. Many of these men have been torpedoed 2, 3, 4 times.
The Army requests right away for all troop and supply trains in Area D4 until further notice. This is urgent. Reroute civilian traffic as required.
Transport sailing advanced. Troops assigned for overseas to proceed to port of embarkation 8 at once.
Yes, sir.
Reservoir of combat supplies. The food and equipment line behind the battle line. Army Service Forces Depot. One in the chain of America's vast general stores stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf. Warehouses, storage areas, cranes, trucks, freights, handling the goods for total war, handling it for only one exclusive customer, the American doughboy. Goods, supplies, from mills, mines, from farms, factories, forests, from Maine, Massachusetts, Montana, turned out by machines, by the laboring hands of American men and women in the millions. War materials, hundreds of thousands of separate items, routed here from all sections of the country, tested, cataloged, stored, ready to be sent from here whenever and wherever needed by that fighting hope for a decent world to live in, the American doughboy. This is all for him. Sometimes he pays for it with his life. Always he depends on it. All he asks is that it reach him in time. All he asks is that it reach him in time.
I have the signal for you now. Number 3. Just a minute. Quartermaster, just a minute. That line is busy. Commanding officer? His line is busy now, sir. Oh, I see. Hold on and I'll get him. Pardon me for breaking in, sir.
The port commander, Port of Embarkation 8, wishes to speak to you immediately, sir.
Put him on. Depot commanding officer, sir. Shipment 0000. We're preparing it for shipment out of the depot in 48 hours as arranged. You'll have it at the port in 3 days. What's that? By tomorrow. Hold it a moment. Call from the port. They want shipment 0000 moved up fast. It's got to be at the port by tomorrow. It gives us approximately 12 hours instead of 48 to prepare it here. How do we stand? Have we got people enough to handle this rush?
The night shift is still here, sir.
Ask them to stay on. Use every freight car and truck you can find. We'll ship the last-minute stuff by plane. Get rolling at once. I'm telling them we can do it, yes, sir? Okay, I think we can swing it. Right.
All storage officers, change in shipping date on 0000. This must be out of here by 2000. Must be out of here by 2000. Request all personnel to remain. Request all personnel to remain. This is urgent. Attention, all depot personnel. We've just been handed the rush job, shipment 0000. We thought we had 48 hours to get this shipment rolling. We find now we've got exactly 12. The entire consignment must be out of here by 8 o'clock tonight. We can't tell you why this is urgent. We can't tell you where it is going. We can't give you any details. Some of you have been working all night. We want you to stick right on the job. We've got the setup at this depot, at all ASF depots, for this kind of rush. You all know your job. Now hit it.
Those Nazi subs didn't ask for a race, but that's what they were getting. From now on, every minute counted. 12 hours for a job that would not be easy to handle in 48 hours. This shipment, identified by the innocent code numbers 0000, is earmarked for offensive action, timed to proceed with its arrival overseas. 10,000 depot workers, 1 out of every 4 a woman, racing to move out supplies and materiel to a port of embarkation. At several other depots in this area, a similar race is taking place at this moment. Depot officers and civilian workers have not been informed of the reason for this urgent change. Do not know that on their meeting the 12-hour deadline date depends the sailing of a convoy tomorrow at 1400. 12 hours for a 48-hour job. Rails cleared, ships waiting at dockside. Yes, the ASF depots called on to swing into action for this rush job are geared for speed. Weeks go by, routine, uneventful. Supplies and materiel arrive, are stored, are shipped out on schedule to bases at home and overseas. Then this happens. Now the months of planning, the preparation of storage operations, the cataloging, indexing, assembling of stores, the office work, the skill, training, and efficiency of depot workers, the smooth functioning of depot equipment. Now all this becomes vital. Can the depots get the stuff rolling fast enough to make the advanced convoy deadline? 12 hours to go, and the American doughboy wants trucks. He wants assault boats, barbed wire, pillboxes, portable bridges to replace those destroyed by the enemy. He wants machines for making roads over battered terrain, bulldozers for leveling airfields, landing strips. Depot workers do not know to what combat zones these shipments are going, do not want information the enemy can use. It is enough that they know weapons and supplies are going to American fighting men everywhere. 9 hours. 6 hours to go. The job half done. And the American doughboy wants shoes, boots, para-boots. He wants socks, blouses, shirts, underwear, mosquito netting, tents, blankets, cots. He wants food, canned and concentrated fruits, soups, vegetables. For himself, for the hungry populations of lands blasted and burned by war. He wants coffee, sugar, tea, salt. He wants cigarettes, chocolate, chewing gum. He has to have concentrated rations, C rations, K rations, D rations, rations to be eaten beside a tank, in a truck, in a foxhole to the dinner music of machine guns. These consignments are going to him, all of them, now. 3 hours, and the American doughboy wants guns, big guns, mortars, bazookas that can splinter an enemy tank. He wants rifles, carbines, automatics, Tommy guns. He wants bullets, bombs. He asks for tanks, tank parts, gasoline, oil, parachutes, gas masks, gas to retaliate if the enemy uses its first. He wants weapons. He wants firepower. He wants telephone equipment, detection devices, walkie-talkie radios. Only 1 hour left, and the American doughboy wants medical supplies. He wants sulfa drugs, Atabrin, penicillin. He wants iodine, blood plasma, all medical supplies. Hard, grinding hours. Men and women fighting without uniforms. The supplies turned over to the railroads, to trucks and express facilities. A great American team of engineers, firemen, switchmen, signalmen, dispatchers, truckmen, cargo plane pilots, plane crews. Port of embarkation. The jumping off place. Troops take their stations. Equipment loaded aboard. Are we meeting that deadline sailing date?
I'd like to remind you again, it's imperative that you keep your vessels in positions assigned. Any questions? All vessels to rendezvous at point designated. You have your instructions. Good luck, gentlemen.
1400. The deadline made. Transports and freighters proceed to rendezvous. With destroyer protection, the final dash to get men and equipment past the oncoming wolf pack begins. Convoy and subs, both converging toward the same ocean area. A neck-and-neck race, with death holding the odds.
To all ships, subpack approaching. Maintain all possible speed. Stand by to disperse on signal. Repeating, to all ships, subpack approaching. Maintain all possible speed. Stand by to disperse on signal. How many have you picked up?
11 so far, sir, all astronomers.
Surfacing. Fanning out. Trying to out ahead of us. Our destroyers are after them now. They can fight some more for 4 hours. We'll have land-based bomber support from here and here. And that'll be the end of this wolf pack. Operator, stay glued to those phones.
Yes, sir.
Yes, smooth sailing, if those last crucial hours can be passed. The destroyer escort races astern. Depth charges and smoke screen keep the wolf pack from the convoy.
Attention all ships. Attention all ships. Formation of bombers off port beam. Repeating. Attention all ships. Attention all ships. Formation of bombers off port beam.
Hey, fellas, they're ours! They're ours!
Land-based B-17. Liberators. Navy PBYs.
I don't hear them. I think they've quit, sir. Sub's gone. Route cleared. All ships to proceed to port as arranged.
All ships. Sub's gone. Route cleared. Proceed to port as arranged. Repeating, all ships. Sub's gone. Route cleared. Proceed to port as arranged.
Yes, shipment 0000 got through all right. Got through to the waiting American doughboy. Got through for the offensive action he will wage and keep waging until Hitler and the Japs are ground to dust. These are the supplies and equipment he wants. The tools that the men and women in American depots are rolling out to him for every battle he will fight. Shipment 0000. Shipment 0000. From depots throughout the country, weapons and supplies are being shipped out ceaselessly in ever-increasing streams, marked and routed for delivery by land, by sea, by air, by every road that leads to Berlin, to Tokyo. Weapons and supplies that will not stop flowing from our depots until the forces of hate, intolerance, and slavery surrender unconditionally.